back under control and go ahead and try to catch us some more crappies.
Deep.
All right.
And your rod sit 10 inches off the water. So that 14-foot rod.
Right in the honey hole. Now if I can get one. Oh, that's a good fish. You got him? Very good. For these buoys, we get a fish. Yep. That's probably the biggest one today, isn't it?
This week's Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV is brought to you in part by Camelback Hydration Systems. Do you have a camel on your back? And by Bolay Sportswear and Sunglasses. Also by Buckbuster Scents, scents for the serious hunter. And by Carolina Outdoor Hunting and Fishing Supply, hunting and fishing products at an affordable price. And also by the fine folks at the Triad Bait Company in Lexington, North Carolina.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
This portion of Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV is brought to you by Trophy Ridge Planer Boards and also by the Triad Bait Company and Guide Service.
You don't have a line twist as bad.
Okay.
Versus the smaller.
Okay.
The smaller ones.
Because it's a tighter wind on the. Why there ain't no. All right. Look at that. Look at that slab. Ooh. Wow. That'd be a Badin Lake crappie, right?
Yeah, Badin Lake crappie.
Man. Good gosh. Look at that, folks. That's what we're here to catch today. Hold it. Way to go. All right. See if we can do it again. What we're doing, guys, is we've got a buoy out here. I can't show you a lot about what we're doing because Phil, being a tournament fisherman, some of these places he likes to keep a secret. You know, hopefully you can understand that, but that's just the way it is. But we've got a buoy out here on some structure, and Phil's just pulling around that area with his trolling motor and just slowly trolling around there with these rods out. And I think Phil's just getting ready to snatch another one, or you had bottom maybe, getting shallow. So, and that's, you know, we've caught quite a few fish right around the buoy out there. That's the first one we've been able to actually suck the jig in enough to get him to the boat. So we'll see what happens here as the next hour progresses. We ought to be able to get a couple more of them nice big slabs right here. Ooh, another nice slab. There you go. We're having to work for him Phil, but what we're getting, they're nice fish.
Very nice fish.
I mean, gosh, man.
Very light biting fish. But I'll take it.
We've had a weather change here or something going on, folks. We don't know what's happening. It's kind of like the same as it was yesterday, but like Phil's been saying, the fish are hitting really subtle today. They're not yanking the pole down. You got to really watch, because sometimes that tip will just go down a little bit. And what he has there is, you probably got a pound fish there, I guess. And what Phil has should take the tip of that rod and just put it right in the water. And we're not getting that today. So we got to really pay attention to what's going on. That's another nice fish right there. Gonna weigh him?
Yes, just curious.
Just to see what he is.
I'd say it's probably 110, 120 pound fish.
Turn him a little bit. Turn him. No, turn him. Yeah, there you go. Not in your face, though. Hold him. Yeah. Okay. I got him. I got him. All right. All right, man. There he is. Another nice one. Good gosh. We are in the slabs, guys. Now I'm going to have to really watch him, keep my eyes on him, see what he's doing. Another nice fish. Oh, yeah. Way to go. All right.
Jim, I'm putting my hook at the bottom of the rod, so we're around 8 foot deep.
Well,
this is where I'm at.
I'm close. Okay, you're up just a little bit. And sometimes that's really all that matters, just that little bit.
It is.
You know, the only thing difference, guys, is that really, you look, I'm fishing right there, okay? And Phil's telling me them fish he's catching, he's up here, about where that eye is, and that's only 2 feet difference. And this water's really stained right here, and that can make a big difference in whether the fish are seeing the bait or not. And not only that, but the active fish aren't necessarily close to the bottom. They may be on top of these brush piles. And when we come across them brush piles, Phil, your bait actually is just about on top of them brush piles. See, all my rods were that deep. And I need to be up about 3 feet difference. So just make sure you pay attention to your depth. It plays a real key factor when you're fishing like this, especially when you're getting a real subtle bite off from fish. Like it just so happens we are today. All the rods, we're tipping them with a little bit of minnow on there, that's all. And believe it or not, that plastic bait doesn't have any smell to it. But that little minnow right there does put a little bit of scent in the water, and that could be making a big difference, triggering a response too. Triggering responses more on your rods than mine.
Yeah, but if you're 6 inches below a fish, a crappie,
Yeah.
he's not going to bite it.
Right.
You would rather be 6 inches above.
Well, and you want to be with crappie, you want to be above them, because crappie look up, guys. If you're below them, chances are your bait's going to go right on by, and he's not going to see it because they're always looking up. So just remember that. Unlike other species of fish.
And get fishing, it's dialing it in. You know, I mean, we're in what, 18 foot of water, 15
We're 15, 7.
Fishing 8 foot deep, you know, near brush.
Right.
You know, and you fished, and Jim has fished 12 foot deep and 15 foot, hasn't had a bite. I fished 8 foot and had a bite. So it's the depth is very key, no matter where you're at with crappie fishing. It's very important that you hone your depth in, know where you're at, how to
Fine tune.
Fine tune. Spend time on your depths is 80% of crappie fishing.
Right.
Is depths.
Right.
And knowing what colors and.
I've got the same color and the same stuff you do, and I'm not getting bit because I'm down below you.
Right.
And Phil has just found out now, and that's part of the thing about being a tournament fisherman. The main thing these guys do when they get out here, when they start fishing a tournament, is to find out what the fish are doing. If you don't find that out, you can forget it.
Yeah, when I start out to find fish like we did this morning, you know, today we're only fishing 3 rods because we're fishing brush, but you know, on a tournament day I'm fishing 12, 14 rods, and I'll have all 14 rods at different depths.
Right.
You know, I'll have one at 4 foot to 24 foot. And if I notice, you know, an 18-foot rod getting bit more than an 8-foot rod, you know, start dropping them down and getting that dialed in.
Right.
At the end of the day,
Then you got them all going.
then you have them all going.
Oh, you hope you do.
Yeah. You could go across certain areas for suspended fish and every rod go down, you know, or
Yeah.
one at a time or what have you. Like if we were at High Rock, certain areas, I mean, you just catch them one right after the other.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. We'll get back on this fish where we were at. We're in a little bit. Jim, I promise I didn't put no bad juju on your side of the boat.
Hey.
I promise.
Hey folks, want to keep up with the Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV team? It's an easy thing to do. Just like us on Facebook at Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV. And you'll be able to keep up with the behind-the-scenes clips, bloopers, news and videos, and a lot more. So what are you waiting for? Like us today.
Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
This portion of Carolina Outdoor Magazine is brought to you by Catch 'em Up Baits, field staff tested, pro staff proven, Jason Bennett's Guide Service, and also by Buckbuster Scents, scents for the serious hunter. Hey guys, I want to take just a few minutes and explain to you what Phil and I were doing on Lake Badin on that day to catch some of them nice slab crappie. One thing that we were doing that's very important if you're coming on to a lake that you don't know about, use your electronics to the best of your knowledge, okay? What Phil and I were doing is we were going along the shoreline, and granted, yes, Phil did have some brush piles, but we were also looking for new places to fish. So what we were doing is we were using our side scan on our Humminbird depth finder, and we were going along the shoreline about 60 to 75 feet off from shore, anywhere between 15 to 25 feet, looking for these brush piles, all right? And when we would find a brush pile, what we would do is we would throw out a buoy, and we would stop the boat, and we wouldn't anchor. We would use our iPilot trolling motor to keep us in position, and we would put our rods out and fish around them brush piles that we found. And that's how we were able to pick off some of them crappies that you're seeing us catch on the show. Now, you know, we would catch a few on a brush pile, pull our rods in, and we just keep going down the shoreline, and then what we do is we'd find another brush pile, throw the buoy out, and then we'd go ahead and repeat that process again. We'd put out our 6 rods and pick a few crappies off here and there, and then just keep doing the same thing all the way down different shorelines. So just remember that. If you have side scan capability, use your side scan, and it'll help you find them brush piles, and it'll help you target, you know, a particular group of fish that you're looking for. All right, let's get back to the rest of the show and see how we do at catching a few more crappies on Lake Badin.
All right. Look at that. And that was a big one, too.
Yeah.
Man, did you see the size of that fish?
Yeah, he broke me off.
Oh.
Broke me off 6-pound line.
6-pound test line, so that was a good fish.
Yeah, that was a 1 3/4, 2-pound fish.
Wow.
Good. And when he bit it, I don't know if you noticed, but the tip of it barely moved.
Yeah.
I mean, it flickered like your hook hit a brush pile.
He just barely hit it.
Mm-hmm.
It took Phil to tell me I had one on there, but I gotta get used to these darn things, man. Good God. Hey, I get used to that limberness up there on the top, Phil.
Well, I could be a good guide and netted that for you.
Well, that's okay. You want me to work, that's all right.
There's some pliers if you want.
Not quite as big as yours, but that's about Lake High Rock size right
That
there.
is,
Yeah.
that is. You know, when I first started fishing 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you could go to High Rock and catch 1.5 pound, 2-pound fish pretty consistently.
That's a nice one in anybody's book, though. I mean, good gosh, man. That's, you know.
That's a good eater fish there. If
Yeah.
somebody wants a meal,
Yeah.
those are perfect.
Yeah. Ah. Looks like I'm dialed in now. I just haven't dialed in on the catching him parts. Thank you, Phil.
Yes, sir.
These long rods, guys, like Phil was telling me, he says you just got to, when you pick it up like your bass fishing, just swing him in. But you get that tip to swinging around up there, and it's kind of hard to get that rod to do what you want it to do. Well, all right. There's another one. But Phil was saying when you get your momentum going, just need to swing it up in there and yep.
I'll get that net out too to help that out.
Well, I would have been all right if I didn't have two rods going. You know, we're trying to untangle one. And
Yep.
you get a clown like me on the boat, doesn't know what the heck. You know, you spring these. You know, you bring a child up slowly. You start him out, you know, with a 7-8 foot rod, and then you work him up. You just don't say, here's the 14 footer, go catch fish. And by the way, the fish are going to be in the pound range.
It takes some time to get used to them.
What was that last one? About 1.5 pounds? You said 1.25 pounds?
It was probably a pound quarter fish.
Okay.
Yeah. Good fish. Those are the fish are good eating fish.
Right. Yeah, that water takes on a whole new meaning of cloudy.
Your inside rod, I'm not sure if that's
You're calling inside here.
inside, yeah, motor side. I'm not sure if that's bumping something. Looked like that tip was moving a little bit. And I get a good vantage point standing on this side too, you know,
Right.
looking at your rods.
Yeah, you do. You get a better angle. It's like me. I get a good angle looking at yours this way.
My tournament partner, my wife, Ashley, we have a system. We call them out. You know.
She watches you. Yeah, well, that's why I do catfishing. Rod number 5, rod number 3. Because if you don't know what's going on.
Exactly. And while we're
Well, this brush pile seems to be working out pretty good.
let's try to keep us out of the
Pulls into the brush pile and bang.
14 foot deep.
How many?
14 foot.
So you're all the way to the end of the rod, ain't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We can do it.
He hammered it too.
Well,
Little guy.
they're here. All you gotta do is catch them. There we go. Fish on. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's a Phil. All right. Hold still. There we go. Now there's a Phil's fish right there. Boy, he wasn't caught by much.
No.
But anyways, we moved spots. As you can see, we're in a different location. And Phil got one here right off quick in this spot, and then I got one. We've had a few bites, and we're out more out in the lake a whole lot more.
Picture.
Look at that. Boom. Right in the honey hole. Now if I can get one, oh, that's a good fish. You got him?
Yeah, I got it.
Man, that's probably the biggest fish. Net?
Yeah, just let me get a little line in.
That's probably the biggest fish.
Inside, second rod.
Lost him. Very good. Very good. I got to put the net up. Every time you back up to these buoys, we get a fish.
Beautiful fish.
Yep. On his arm like that, it's like, wow. I guess he's released. That was a nice fish.
Mm-hmm. Very nice fish. Just on the outside of it, I was 14 foot deep.
Compared to what we were over there, we only had to be, what, about 8?
Mm-hmm.
That goes back to what Phil was saying about dialing in, finding out where the fish are. We've only gone maybe a half a mile, and we're fishing in a little bit deeper water, but we've had to go deeper to catch these fish.
Well, the sun just came out and it's out later in the day too.
Yeah, and yeah, that's right. Compared to what it was an hour or two ago, it's got bright, so that's going to drive the fish down. Well, he's caught on that other line. I guess what I need is probably another, yeah, probably a net. There we go. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I don't know if he's on the pole my left or the right. All right. Oh, fish, fish. Get him? All right, anyways, we got another one, folks. We've moved again. Watch out behind you there, camera lady. I'll try to get the mess unwrapped. We moved into a different spot. We've had a fish and two separate bites already, so.
Okay guys, well, that's it for today's show. I want to thank you for tuning in and watching, and I want to thank Phil Hargraves for joining us, for letting us join him on today's show. He invited us to come down and to film with him and do a show down on Lake Badin. And we don't get a chance to fish Lake Badin a whole lot. It's a little further away, but I think after seeing some of the fish we caught today, I'm going to have to spend a little more time down that way. So I'd like to welcome Phil aboard as one of our newer pro staff members, and as you can see, he's going to be a big asset to the TV show. And I'm sure he's going to show me, as well as you folks out there, a lot of neat techniques to help catch more crappies and other species of fish. So be sure for watching for future shows with Phil. I know you're going to enjoy watching them. So for everybody at Carolina Outdoor Magazine TV, I'm Jim Carr, and we'll catch you someplace next week in the great outdoors when we do it all again. Thanks for tuning in.